Hello bead kids. Today we are making a dragon bead pet with 6x9mm pony beads, 4x6mm pony beads, or 5x5 fuse or perler beads. Simple drinking straws and string. Looks a lot like a lizard body. You lay out your pattern, you put the straws through each row and trim the straws, and then you string your project together. I am using the beadkids.com bead boards and using the straight row side. The other side is brick and peyote patterns. So you take your straws and you cut them lengthwise and you cut a point. That just helps you to put the beads onto the straws easier. So you put the beads on the straw row by row, and the straw acts like a spring and just holds the beads on. You go row by row until all of your rows have straws in them, and trim the straws with side cut pliers or scissors. And your drinking straws won't even show. I will be using number 10 cotton string and 2 tapestry needles to string my dragon together. I will make the body first, and then I will add the legs, and then I will add the wings. So I will use string. So I'm taking 6 feet of string and doubling it so that I'm using 2 strings, about 12 feet of string, folded over. And I will show you a new knot for the lanyard. It is a fishing knot. So I take the lanyard and put the loop through the lanyard, and then tie half a knot. Just loop it through. Then you take that loop of string and pass it through the middle of the lanyard. Just go pop it underneath the lanyard to the inside of the lanyard. And then you just gently tighten it and then wiggle it and tighten it tight. It's some more secure of a knot. Then I place the lanyard under a clipboard to hold it while I string it. Now I'm putting 2 of the strings up to the top and not using them yet. And I go row by row. Right needle goes in the right side, the left needle goes in the left side. I am using 2 tapestry needles that I have tied to the end of this string. I am not adding the legs right now. Go all the way to the end of the tail, and before you tie a knot, pull it tight and tighten the rows up, and then pass the right string over to the left side and tie a knot. Then I do the same thing with the next 2 strings. Tie the needles to the end and string the dragon row by row, crisscrossing your strings. And when it's time to add the legs, you just pop them in there on one string and then pass it through to the other side. Finish with the body, and then the next 2 legs. You add the 5 beads and pass your string through the 2 green ones and then across the body. If you have extra string, you can go back and forth a couple of times, strengthening the tail. When you're done, pass the string to the right side, tie a knot, and then pass both strings over to the right side, tie a knot, trim your tails, and stuff the knots and the tails into a bead. Now we're going to begin on our wings. So I'm using about 6 feet of string doubled, and I start with the tip of one of the wings, and I string the wing The right needle goes in the right side, the left needle goes in the left side. For all 6 rows until the first wing is done. Then I'll unclip it from the clipboard and tighten the wing. Then I take the dragon's body and I pass the needles and the string to the other side of the dragon. And then I reverse engineer the wings on the other side. The 3 beads first, and you go row by row for the 6 beads on the other side of the dragon. Now this pattern is easily made for the mini pony beads, except you use a half a straw and your dragon will be smaller. It's really cute. And if you're using fuse or perler beads, I've added an extra row in the body and 2 extra rows in the wings because the beads are square, more square. So the pattern is slightly different. For both the mini pony beads and the perler beads, you use half of a straw. So you cut the straws lengthwise, and you cut that lengthwise again. Finish off by tucking your knots and tails into a bead. There's our pony bead, our mini pony bead, and our perler. So I have taken the perler bead and covered the back of it with hot glue and attached a magnet. That stiffens the bead, the dragon, and it can stick to your refrigerator. So get with your favorite bead kid and be creative. Like, subscribe, and share.